welcome back to another episode of a very basic space program. Last time you found us in orbit, well, getting into orbit with our geostationary craft. Now we've just got to get it geostationary, so please join me. Right, so here we are in orbit, and now it's time to do a bit of, well, is it orbital mechanics? So that's our target orbit there. So, ascending, descending node. What I want is to actually see, now I'm going to use MechJeb for this, because what I would normally do is target it, but you can't actually target, oh, no, that's Luna 1, that's not Luna 1, I don't want Luna, so Luna 1 is actually just in the way now. So let's just get rid of Luna 1, thank you. Right, can I, right, what we will do is, I want to create a maneuver. So maneuver planner, and this is me using MechJeb that I don't normally use. So I want to change apoapsis at a descending node. Yeah, it'll be the descending node, isn't it? Yeah, it's the descending node, and I want to change that to 35793172 or something like that, and I want to create the node. Right, ooh, that's not right. Okay, that's way off, so let's change that. Bring it back. Okay, thank you. Remove the node. Right, let's check what the altitude is that it wants us to actually have, because that would be probably the better way than trying to remember it from the top of my head. Right. Okay, so we want it to be 35793172. Oh, meters. That would be why. Right, create node. There we go. Okay, that's what we want. Okie doke. We can do that. We can do that. That is going to happen in 15 minutes. Okay, we do not have signal at the moment. I'm hoping we get signal, because if we don't, that's going to be rather annoying. What's our electricity looking like? That's not terrible. Okie doke. So we're going to, let's see, put this onto the node, like so. Good. And then we're going to roll forward to time. Now I know that we don't actually have connection, but I'm going to allow myself to do this primarily because you would have programmed into the avionics to do this once it was on orbit. It would get into a relative thing. You'd know what inclination you were launching in, and you would have calculated it. So I'm going to allow myself to do that. Right. And then we're going to timey-wimey warp along to it. There we go. So this burn is going to be 55 seconds, and I actually want to, thank you very much. So we're going to shut down that engine. Right. It's going to be this engine that's going to fire, and it's going to be tied into that one, isn't it? Is that right? Is that the right stage? Yes, it is. Right, so those two are tied together. All right, we're coming up. It's 2 minutes. It's going to be a 50-minute burn. There's two things we need to do. First of all, we need to start the roll on this craft, and then we also need to ullage as well to make sure that that engine is actually going to be okay to fire. I'm very tempted to use maneuver planner, but I think that way leads to crazy. We just need to be aware of the last 50 meters per second, and it would be really nice if I could actually shut it down more accurately, but we can't. So, you know, that's not a problem. Right. Okie doke. I need to be aware of the fact that we do not have much in the way of RCS. What have we got? We've got just a little bit of RCS left, and it's ticking down because it's holding station. Right. I'm actually going to fire on the time. I think. Okay. Can we actually? I'm going to try and fire on the time. Right, there we go. Can we start a roll, please? There we go. Start my roll. Start my roll. And then I want to fire that, and then fire. There we go. Right. That's gonna be poor. I can tell this is gonna be a poor one. Oh, that That was horrible because we hadn't actually engaged the correct... For some reason, some of the RCS hadn't actually engaged properly. That was interesting. Right. We're just keeping an eye on this. We just need to be aware of how close we are getting. It might be better to be on the map view, but I don't know. So we're tumbling. And once we finish this burn, we will decouple that stage. So I don't mind finishing it actually a little bit early. Right, here we go. We're ready. 7, 6. We don't want to finish it too early though. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was too early. Right. Turn off the RCS because we want to save that. Right. This craft is now on its way. How far off are we? Ooh, that's going to be painful, isn't it? Oh, that's going to be painful. I don't think we're going to get this. But we will see, we will see. So let's take it to here. Warp to there. Avionics locks, obviously, because we've got the deep space one. I've just realised I didn't check the antenna. So let's hope the default antenna lets you go to geostationary. Let's see how that goes. Right. While that's sitting out there, we're going to actually just check. We've got power, we've got everything. That's wonderful. Right. Now we want to change our inclination. Can you actually do multiple at once? I want to change the inclination at, this is going to be the ascending node. At equatorial ascending node, create node. That would actually give us our equatorial burn. It would put us in equatorially, wonderful, nice, all that stuff. But we don't just want that. What we actually wanted to do is actually pull our craft out, and we want to go into geostationary. So this is our geostationary transfer orbit when I want to go geostationary. And what you see is if we do that, it gets a bit weird because, yeah, we've actually got components of that coming in. So we end up having to do this a little bit and edge it down. And you can, I think you can actually do a node combining type thing, but I am not doing that. Right. So at this point we have a periapse there. That's 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 5. That's interesting. So we're not burning. Right. So we're burning 1854. What's our one? That is exactly what we have. So we can burn to completion and get that. Okay. I think that's what we go for, and then we just try and fix it with RCS afterwards. Yeah, I think that's what we go for. Okay. What we can do is we can actually check what's my inclination going to be. Oh, it's not brilliant actually. Can I improve it a bit? Down to 0 would be nice. That's 192. Oh, that's annoying. Let's just bring that back in a bit. And then we want to bring that up a bit. So I've got 18554. So if we just do that, and let's see what 1854 gives us. That 0.4 degrees, and it gives me an apoapsis. It's pretty much where I want to be, doesn't it? Let's have a look. 35. Yeah, I think I could circularize with, I might be able to circularize with RCS at that point. That's going to be tight though, isn't it? Okay, so now we just got to get towards that node, which is going to be fun. We just time warp all the way crazy. And of course we should have, yeah, we've got full electric charge because this thing has more than enough solar power to actually do. I could actually have skimped a little bit on the solar power for this. Thank you very much. So what I would like to do now is to put that onto the node as well. So we're going to put our RCS on. Has that been activated? Is that activated now? This could be embarrassing. Oh dear. Ah, right. Oh, there we are. Right, we have to remember now though that this engine is active. That is a problem. And one of the things I didn't account for when I was building this craft is the fact that it is tumbling. Oh, that's a problem. So we're actually going to use a chunk of RCS just getting this craft to do this, because I didn't put any roll control onto this. I was trying to be clever. What I actually should have done was I should have put a couple of thrusters on the side to act as roll control, but we will see. So there we go. Right, you just hold me there, please. You just tap that there and hold me there. So we've got ourselves positioned okay. Got to start the burn in about 40 odd seconds. Okay, so we underburned the last one. This one we know actually. Oh no, this is interesting. We've gained a bit. Why? How have we gained a bit? Oh, because we've used RCS. Oh, I wonder whether by burning this we could. No, let's not think about that. We're actually on our burn now. We didn't account for the RCS. That's a problem, right? So what we'll do is we'll do a bit of forward thrusting like that, and that will hopefully ullage this out, and then we'll just fire it, and then we'll see what we get to. I think is the key on this one. So a bit of ullage. Come on, bit of ullage. Yes, there we go. And fire. There we go. Right, we are going. We are heading out there. This is going to be the one. This is going to be it. This is it. Yes, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. This engine better not fail. I've just realised that we haven't actually trialled this engine, I don't think. This is the first time for it. This could be embarrassing if it goes horribly wrong, couldn't it? Right. We're definitely getting out there. So this thing actually, is it got any... It must have broken contracts for altitude, has it? Let's have a look. Which... I don't know. I don't know. Get back onto this screen anyway, Sea Monsters. You need to be focused. Got to be focused now. So, I don't know whether we should actually cut this early. That's the debate I am having. Right, get ready. Because we want this to be... Oh no! No, 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 no. It died early. Oh, it died early. I don't even know how much Delta V we've got. Right. Let's have a look. What's our inclination? 0.1. Oh, actually the inclination's not bad. Okay. So, let's circularize. Again, we're going to use MechJeb. We're going to circularize. Change apoapsis. Where's my circularize? Circularize at next apoapsis. Create node. Okay. Well, it says that I don't have the fuel for that, but actually, you know what we'll do? we can't use that fuel, so let's get rid of it. Let's dump the nitrogen, that, and that. There we go. That means we don't have any fuel whatsoever anymore in here apart from our RCS. And I think the RCS doesn't have enough for that. Right, so we need 113 meters per second to put us into a nice circular orbit. I do not know if we have that, but let's find out. So we're going to time warp along until we get to wherever it is we're going. There we are, coming up. Right, and then we're going to put ourselves on the node. Okay, let's see, how much fuel is that taking? That's taking a lot. Oh, that is taking a lot of our Delta V requirement there. Oh dear. So we are hoping that this craft will have some Delta V left in it. I don't know if we're going to meet the requirements. We are in orbit. We are somewhat near what we need, but I don't know. So let's start this up and let's see what happens. We can actually disable this because it's just going to be annoying if we have to do stuff. Right, so let's speedy up this a bit. Right, it's coming down, but I think our fuel is coming down even quicker. Yeah, it could be, depending on how light this craft gets, we're going to get Delta V back, basically. It's going to be, you know, halfway on here is not half Delta V requirement, so it'll be interesting to see what's happening. I do wonder whether we're going to need multiple passes. We're actually not too far off, so it'll be interesting. Well, actually, you know what? We might manage this. We've done what, 20 so far. We've taken a chunk. That's not bad. It is going to be close, I think, either way, and it's going to be that final sort of refining of the orbit that's going to be the problem. I think that's what's going to be the big issue for us. Let's increase our thing a little bit more. Right, so I don't know how long this burn is actually going to take. It could be quite a long one because we're just using these tiny little thrusters. The interesting thing, of course, is because we've got that spin that we have not fixed, that we've carried that spin on through the craft, which is just weird. It's I wonder what impact it's going to actually have on the electric charge that this thing can get. Right, we're past halfway on our fuel now, and we're nowhere near halfway on. Well, actually, we're approaching halfway on the Delta V, so it's debatable. It is debatable how this is going to do. We haven't got much in the way of mass up here, so that's one of the big issues. If we had a huge proportion of the craft was made up of this, then it would be, you know, relative. We potentially, I'd be looking quite positive right now, but this is, yeah, I don't think we've got it. I don't think we have what is required for this. That's gonna be annoying. So then the next question will be is, do we build a new launch vehicle? Do we actually build something that's a bit bigger so we can actually complete some more contracts like this in the future? I don't know. I seriously don't know if that's the right way to go with it. We'll have to see. Still waiting, getting closer. We could be very close to this, actually. It depends how close we actually have to be. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be annoying. Yeah, I think we're gonna miss it by quite a bit, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We can speed this up just to, oh, actually do that. Do some manual time warpy. There we go. Right. Destination Earth. So we've still not got this orbit done. Within 20 meters per second. Oh, come on, a bit more. No, unless it does it in the last second, which I don't think it's going to. Oh, it's so close. It's so temptingly close as well. It does make me wonder if we hadn't had that engine fault on here, would it have made it? Possibly. In fact, I can say probably. Oh no, hold on a second. We have reached the specific orbit. When did that? Have we just done that? We've literally just done it. The last drop of fuel must have done it. So it's supposed to be, yeah. Oh my lord. So we have potentially just done that with the last tiny drop of fuel on that. So even with that engine out, right? That's amazing. So we know this is pretty much. We know this is pretty much the maximum that we can actually take off with. We need to change our launcher to actually have control in the first 20 seconds or 10 seconds or 5 seconds when we launch, because at the moment the avionics aren't actually in control at the very start, and we could be a bit more efficient there. But this thing, that's actually staggering. Have we actually got communication? We do have communications now. Acting as a relay, I seem to remember that you need to be a certain level for that. I will have to go and check that and see where it is listed that you can act as relay. I'll probably ask on the Discord, because they're often the best people to ask those sorts of questions to. But we are sort of level, I think it's like level 2 antenna tech, I think. So we could check that. There we are, level 1. So I think maybe we need level 2 to do relay. But there we go. Stable geostationary contract completed. Well, that is amazing. I did not expect that. That is a lot smaller than I thought I could actually go for geostationary. We just made it. Even if that engine had gone half a second earlier, I think we'd have failed that. This was very, very tight. So there we are. I don't really consider that to be geostationary, though. That is not a brilliant geostationary orbit. But there we are. Geostationary. Right. On to the next one. Right, so there we are. We have completed our first geostationary satellite. 150,000 funds in the bank. Gives us a little bit of a bump there. How are we doing for everything? Tech. Well, we could spend some money, get our tech going a bit more. We've got a few hundred days worth there. We don't have to worry about that too much right at the moment. We could actually reorder our tech a little bit because, well, you know what? I'm very tempted to get the N1. I am very tempted because I quite like the idea of having a chunky N1 type thing going on. Or am I just being, naive about that? I don't know. I would also really like to get further along in here because, where are we? We get a bigger thruster there, but at some point we will get a, there we go, a tech upgrade, which actually helps everything. I need to figure out what fuels we're allowed to have, and when we get the different fuels, do we get a new fuel here? We don't. Where's my new fuels? How do I see it? It used to be in this line here, but I wonder if it's been moved. Has it been moved to like down here or something like that? No. So I'll have to look that up and actually see where it actually informs you as to what fuel usage you then have and what you can get. Oh, level 1 upgrade. I should really take that. Let's just do that. That might be useful. We've got all of those things. So I think our next episode, we do have a crewed flight that we need to do, although I may do that off camera because, as seems to be the thing, we've already done 2 of those. I don't really need to waste your time with those. So I think we may need to look at some other contracts. So let's actually do that now at the end of this episode. So first rendezvous, we could go for that. We could actually go crewed for that, which would be quite good. We have that stage in orbit that we've just put in orbit, in fact. So that would be potentially a nice little target. I think it had a reasonable orbit. I'll have to go and look it up and try and find it, and we'll label it as target or something. Communications test satellites, we've done, thank you very much, Jane. We've done those in the past. This has been rolling. Wow, that is a lot of funds all of a sudden. Okay, because that's been rolling on for 4 or 5 years now. And then we've got these other satellites that if we actually just started them might be useful. And then of course we've got the lunar landing. I really want to go for lunar landing. I really want to go for interplanetary. I don't think we've got the communications yet for interplanetary. I need to check that. I need to check on the plan. We might do that in a future episode. But I definitely think lunar landing uncrewed, I really want to go for. That gives you 2 years to do it. And I think we probably have the tech to actually manage this. There's a bit of me wondering if we could. I think we would need a new launch vehicle for that though. So we'll do first rendezvous, and I think we might try that with our next crewed orbital. Yeah, because what is that? Where is it? Crewed orbit. Have we not got one? Have we accepted it already? Have we already accepted it? Oh, we do. Right. So this one just needs to be above 190. Okay, for 9 hours. So we could actually do that. We potentially could do that. Okay. So we'll think about that. And then we'll put first rendezvous in because that gives us at least a target to go for. And then I think we're also going to build a bigger launch vehicle, something that will fit on the 300-ton pad, and actually see what we can get with that. So I think next episode might be a build episode, might be a rendezvous episode. We will see. So from me, until next time, have a great one.